Good morning. Today we are going to harvest some pears from our fruit trees. We have 2 pear trees and, well, I honestly don't know how many of the giant blueberry trees. And we got all of our blueberries, but we haven't gotten our pears yet. And so now is the time for our pears. And we are very excited.
Found another one.
Look at that.
Over here.
Go ahead. Good job. Look at these pears. Oh my goodness. They are going to be amazing. I am so excited. I actually had to recruit my dad to come out and help me because I don't do ladders very much without falling off of them. So he was generous enough to share his time and help us pick what ended up being a total of 45 pounds of pears. Oh my goodness. After we finished picking those delicious pears, we came inside and I decided to go ahead and get started on a snack treat for us. I've not actually done this before, but we had a watermelon that was sitting and needed to be cut up, and I decided to go ahead and give some to the kids for breakfast. And they did not obviously eat an entire watermelon, so I went ahead and sliced these guys up. And I've seen where people will put a stick in the end of them and basically make them into like a popsicle, but I did not have any food safe popsicle sticks, so instead we are just going to leave the rind on and they're going to use that as their popsicle stick. Oh, and this was absolutely delicious. So we went ahead and we lay these guys out on our tray, and then we literally just pop them into the big deep freeze, and we're going to leave them there until they are frozen solid. After we put the watermelons up, we went ahead and moved on to making yogurt. So first thing we're going to do is sterilize our jars. There's probably easier ways to do that, and that's okay. This works for me because I can put the kettle on and then I can move on to other things while it's heating up. So all you have to do is go ahead and fill each jar. I'm using 3 here because my family goes through a lot of yogurt. We use it for a great many things, and I'll show you some of those things that we do with them later. But basically, just go ahead and fill your jars up to, I try to get it all the way up to the neckline. Anywhere that your milk is going to touch, or your yogurt, that's where you want it to be sterilized. You want all of your equipment sterilized as well, including your wooden or plastic spoon. I don't like to use plastic because plastic in boiling water just seems like a bad idea to me, but there you go. Go ahead and fill them up, and then we will move on to the next step. Next thing that we're going to do is very carefully drain all of our boiling hot sterilized water out. And then what I like to do, and this is just me, you don't absolutely have to do this, but I have found that if you add about a teaspoon of just granulated sugar, that it helps to actually feed the bacteria. Again, not entirely necessary, but it just seems to work better for me. I have better results this way. Then I prefer to purchase a soy milk. I've seen some people have amazing results with almond milk. I have not. I've seen some people who have amazing results with cashew milk. Again, I have not. This works best for me. The ingredients are water and organic soybeans. This stuff's not easy to find in certain areas, so I've read that Eden soy also works very well. Basically, you want to find a soy milk that has the least amount of ingredients, because the fillers, the gums, all of those types of things, they actually tend to, they slow the whole process down, and you're going to end up with a very disappointing result. And then you're just going to go ahead and fill these guys up. As I said, my family goes through quite a lot of these. Oh, trying to get another container. I use this for a lot of my family's cooking. Also, I know it comes with a pour spout, I'm aware of that. However, I have found that when you try to pour these giant containers, you get this like glug glug, and it really just makes a huge mess. However, if you do it from this direction, then you have a nice little crease here just by pinching it slowly. You have an air escape, and then you have a beautiful pour with no glugs and no mess. Just something I've kind of picked up while trying to use this for as many years as I have. And we're just gonna fill these guys up. Since we're not like sealing them, we don't have any specific limit, but I usually try to keep them just below the neckline. And then you're gonna pick whatever your favorite probiotic is. This one does not upset my stomach, it does not upset my son's stomach, and so this is the one that my family goes with. It works very well. You just wanna make sure that it is a good quality probiotic. I've read that you wanna look for a guaranteed quality through the expiration. That's something that's important. You don't want one that's got this many, let's see, this has 20 billion live probiotic cultures. But you want to make sure that it has 20 billion when it expires. So that's something that you want to look for. And for me, I use 2 capsules per each one of my jars, per quart size jar, I believe it is. But before we put that in, we have to stir up our sugar and get that in really well, because that way it will feed the bacteria throughout. Pretty straightforward. And then all you're going to do is take out your probiotic, and you can just open up these capsules. I don't know if you can see very well. These capsules, they just come apart. I'm not going to do it here, but we're going to do it here. And then do that second one as well. And we're going to just stir that in. After we get everything mixed, we're going to go ahead and put it into our dehydrator. I love this magic mill because you have so many settings. You're going to put it on for 10 hours and you're going to leave it at about 110 to 113. After your 10 hours are up, then you're going to go ahead and take it out and put it into the refrigerator. Not before you test it, and look at this beautiful consistency. Now it's not quite as thick as Greek yogurt, but it's still positively delicious. There's an awful lot of different recipes that you can actually do. You can do just plain yogurt with fruits and such. You can do different parfaits with your granolas, but you can also turn this savory and you can make it into more like an onion dip or a sandwich spread. I like to use it as sour cream over the top of my chilies. I've made it into lots of different types of dips and seasonings, and if you thicken it by using a cheesecloth, you can actually turn it into cream cheese and make some really delicious snacks. So thank you for hanging out with me on this hot summer day and going over some of the things that I do on a very regular basis. If you have any questions, feel free to comment and I'll try my best to answer. And if you liked this video, please subscribe and give me a thumbs up. I'll be back very soon. Thank you.